Hey guys, Jay here, welcome to another convention review. Today I'm going to be reviewing SummerCon 2023. And also, just like every year, I'm going to have a companion video to this one that'll come out the same day. And it's going to be my con haul, showing basically the things that I got signed and the things that I bought. And that will be up in the card if I can remember to do it, as well as the description below, which that one should be done. Whatever. Anyway, so review time, I guess. So, I've said it in the past, but just in case, SummerCon happens in Puyallup, Washington, in the fairgrounds. So it's the Washington State Fair or Puyallup Fair. It's called both. It used to be called Puyallup Fair, but it's now called, I think, just the Washington State Fair. I don't know, but it's the fairgrounds in that. It's the same fairgrounds as it's always been. And they use two buildings, the Showplex Mattress Firm and the Pavilion. And things kind of switched up this year with who was in what building for autographs and stuff, but it's not a big deal. Everything was roughly the same. Anyway, so before I get into the actual review, I'll show you the badges. It just has Aang on it. I got a 3-day badge, so I only got one. If you bought all three days separately, you got different badges with different characters on them. And I don't know who the second one was. Friday was the same as the 3-day. And then Saturday, I have no idea. I said in the other video, it's kind of like a mix between like Kingpin from Spider-Man and having long hair. It looked like a white suit with long hair. I just saw it on people. I have no idea. And then I asked somebody about Sunday, and they showed me it, and I think it was the Flash, if I remember correctly, because they had three different actors from the live-action Flash stuff. So I don't know, but anyway, I don't have anything else to show you. We had a map, but it's just a map. It's nothing special. It did have, I believe it had Avatar stuff, like all the Avatar characters on the back, because there was a big Avatar thing going on, which is why Aang is on the one thing. So they had a bunch of different people there for different things. Like they had, I guess I should talk about that since it's a review. So they had little like panels and events and stuff for Avatar: The Last Airbender, Death Note, which Misa's voice actor ended up having to cancel, but everyone else was there. So it was Light. I don't know who Light is played by, and I don't know who L is played. I don't know their names. I don't know who L is played by. I don't know either of them at all, or anything else they do. But I know that Ryuk was there, and he's Brian Drummond, who's the original Vegeta. Which, side note, if you've ever seen the actual It's Over 9,000, where he's screaming and it's kind of higher pitched, that's not Christopher Sabat. Stop making him do that. That's Brian Drummond. The original one from way back in the 90s when it was first dubbed and they did the It's Over 9,000 thing. That was Brian Drummond, not Chris Sabat. Please stop. It's annoying. Anyway, back to this. But yeah, he was there. He thought it was kind of funny because we were talking to a friend who was there, and they were meeting him to, get like Vegeta stuff signed and probably Ryuk stuff. I don't know, but they were Dragon Ball fans. But so they were meeting him, and it was their turn up, so we were kind of all talking together because I went to go say hi, and they were already in line and talking to him. So we were talking real fast, and I was telling him I thought it was pretty funny that people keep going up to Chris Sabat and having him do your line. Because he only redid that line way later in, I think, the redub, the second Funimation dub, which is crazy because it was like way later, and he doesn't even do it the same. So when he does the scream like that, when he does the actual like the grueling scream one, like the first one, he does it with the 8,000, the correct thing. So the 9,000 one that's like that is only Brian Drummond. It's not Chris Sabat. All those memes you're seeing everywhere is not Chris Sabat. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So, yeah, so they had all that stuff, and then they had the Flash for the group stuff they were doing everything with. What else? I don't even remember all of them. Oh, Star Trek, and I think The Mandalorian. So they were doing a whole bunch of different stuff. Maybe another Star Wars one, I don't know. But I guess that's not really important. But I mean, if you want to know kind of the things they do at this convention, that's how they do it. So they had panels for those specific series. So they were industry panels. I don't know what goes on at those panels because I don't go to them. But if that's the kind of thing you like, where they're talking about the series, maybe some things that happened during recording, they were kind of a funny story or something, or they're talking about how things went in the booths, like how things are recorded, how things kind of go. If you like that stuff, they do that a lot at this convention. A lot of the panels are that. So they don't really have fan-run panels as far as I can tell. Like the character being there, like them be like a cosplayer playing the character, like answering questions as the character or something, like they do at SoccerCon and KomoriCon. They don't really do that. So I don't think that happens at all. I don't even think you can submit for panels. I'm not sure how it works. But it's more of a Comic-Con, but all things con at the same time. So it's a little different. And if you don't like that kind of stuff, I guess the panels wouldn't be for you. But that's up to you, and you have to decide that for yourself. So as far as an actual review goes, the convention was... So it was not amazing, but it wasn't their fault. It was not the convention's fault at all. That was my fault. And Atlas's fault. Mostly Atlas's fault. I'm going to blame him. I'm allowed to blame him. He's my friend. He wanted to see all 8 of the Avatar voice actors. We were in lines all day Friday and almost all day Saturday. Yeah, we barely got to do anything. So we spent... I got to film a little bit while he was in some of those lines. So I got like 2 hours to be out on my own while he was in some lines. And then after that, there was only like an hour and a half left or 2 hours. So we kind of just went roaming around a little bit and looked at some of the booths. But we didn't get very far because we also had to eat. So it was just insane. And then today, which is Sunday, I'm doing this video, this and the other one actually, on the same day that we came back, because it's just easier to do it then, and then I can edit it all week. And so today, Sunday, he got one autograph. He got Dante Bosco, who is Rufio in Hook. That's what he got, as well as he was in Avatar: The Last Airbender, which he got. So he had to get that one today because he was too late because he was in the other lines. And I was getting David Matranga, who is Todoroki from My Hero. But he's other stuff that I got. I didn't get that. I got other stuff. It's in the other video. Go check that out. We did only those. He got done before me. I got done. We booked it out of there and started doing other stuff. Actually going around. I got to film people, film the convention, and we got to go look at merch and buy stuff and all that stuff. So I'm happy we got to finally do that, but I'm sad. We both are kind of bummed that we had to do it on the last day and that we had to spend all the whole time in line. He's so bummed out and feels so bad about it, but what can you do? So that's why it wasn't as fun. So, because it would have been more fun if we could go around while we were in costume and stuff, because we couldn't get any pictures taken of us or even ask other people for pictures because we were in lines all day. And we finally did a cosplay that we wanted to do for a while, Mario and Luigi Post-Apocalypse, and we were in line the whole time. And then we were doing Fry and Scruffy from Futurama to go meet Billy West, which we did. We beelined it to him first, so we got him out of the way first. But since we were in lines all day, nobody could take pictures of us. Nobody could even see that we were cosplaying because there was nothing we could do about it. So that's one thing that I think I don't like about the con, but it's not really the con's fault because they need to get guests. That's kind of the point. But they get such good guests that we don't want to miss them. So we sit in line all day. So it's really bad. What I think they should do, one thing that I think is the con's fault, that I think they should do better for things like the Avatar one, that they know that everyone's going for Avatar mostly only. They should have put all of them at one table and let you go down the line so that everybody who wants all of them can get them at once. So like one person can get all 8, the next person can get all 8, then keep going like that. And then if you only wanted some, like let's say you only wanted Dante Bosco for Hook and you didn't care about Avatar, then you could just skip to him. Like when it's your turn, you just go down to him and then the next person starts their turn. That would have been way better. That would have made those lines go so much faster and nobody would have had to wait in like 8 lines. That was horrible because their lines were really packed. There's nothing we can do about it. We just have to hope that one day maybe they'll do that. We don't know. But like they had like 5 or 6, no, I think they had 7 My Hero ones too. So they could have put all of them in a line. They could have put all of them at one table, but they didn't. So I don't know. But Clifford Chapin, I think is his name, Clifford Chapin, and Kristen McGuire, which they're married, so they were there together for that. They had their own tables too. They didn't even have a single table, but they were next to each other. So, but them two, and then Tia Ballard, all three of them, their lines were really low. Like, there was multiple hours where Kristen didn't have anyone in her line, and for some reason, Clifford didn't have anyone. He's Bakugo. Why was no one in his line? I don't know. His lines were dead every time I was up there. I don't know why. It's weird. But it doesn't really matter to me because I only wanted like one thing from him, so it's not a big deal. But other than that, the con was great. The staff, there was one rude staffer, but I know that he was late for something apparently. But he could have just said, "Oh, sorry, I have to go do this. I'm late," or something. But we were trying to ask him something because they were trying to do something with me. They were trying to help me do something, and I had to go ask staff. And so I was asking one of the guys, and he was trying to like I was trying to ask him to help me do something or something because I needed to talk to apparently the owner of the convention. They were trying to get me a exclusive with one of the guests, but it never happened because everything was running all weird and it was all like bad. Like, it was like photo ops were 45 minutes late, which if you want to do photo ops, don't. They're always not correct. They always screw that up somehow. So it's not a bad thing because it happens. You can't stop it. If once it happens once, it's screwed up for the rest of the day. So it's not really always like their fault or something. It could be an attendee screwing around or something that screws up the time. But they were 45 minutes behind, so that screwed up my thing. So it's whatever. And I forgot and left. So it was just a big thing. And so I was trying to find the same guy to talk to him. He was talking to me on social media, on Twitter. I was trying to talk to him. And so I was trying to find him. And he was apparently doing the photography for the photo ops. So I was like, I need to talk to him and blah, blah, blah. Can somebody tell him that I'm trying to get a hold of him? Can someone tell him to get a hold of me? Blah, blah, blah. Here's my card. He can take that, and so he'll know who I am. Can someone just do something? And this guy's just like not caring at all. And like he's telling me like, oh yeah, he's in there, we can't do anything about it, whatever. He's like, you can't go in there because he's doing the thing. I was like, well, can someone just tell him that to get a hold of me back on Twitter? Like, can someone say that I messaged him and I need him to reply or something? And then another person came up and said, hey, we're late for a thing, and he just walked off. He didn't even say sorry, goodbye, nothing. Middle of my sentence, he turned around and just walked off. So I don't know. So if any of the staff that isn't him sees this, he had a long beard that was gray and dark. It was like dark and light. Like, it was like, like this kind of thing where he's getting grays in it, buzzed hair, I think. I don't know. Yeah, he was doing lines a lot up in the pavilion, second floor, for autographs up there. He was doing some of the lines up there. I know for sure because I've seen him a few times. But yeah, that was him. He just literally, in the middle of my sentence, he just walked off. Like that, what? That's rude. Like, you can at least say, oh, I'm sorry, I have to go do this. Can you please ask somebody else? No, he just ignored me and walked off. So that was kind of messed up. But other than that, there was no problems. I didn't have any problem with anything else. The rest of the staff was fine. There was a lot of people, there were staff that were just like really fun. They were having fun with it, and so we were all joking around with each other. Like, everyone was joking around and all together. So that was fun. And there was a lot of people in lines who we got to talk to and hang out with and, joke around with and stuff. So that was cool. Cosplayers were really cool. I had everyone that I asked to film, they were cool with it. And they were like, oh yeah, let's do that. That kind of thing. So it was more like an enthusiastic, hey, yeah, I totally want to do that, rather than I don't know, and then what are we doing, because that's how it used to be when I started out with this stuff. Would I be able to get a video footage of you? Would I be able to get a clip or something? And they'd be like, what's it for, that kind of thing. But now everyone's just like, oh yeah, let's do that, because TikTok is so big. So everyone just thinks you're TikToking. So if I'm filming something, they just assume that, and they're like, oh, where's this going to be? And I'm like, oh, it's going to be YouTube. Here's my card, that kind of thing. So everyone's been cool with it now. So it's like a normal thing now. So that's cool. It makes my days easier. It makes my filming easier. So I don't have to worry about it. Other than that, there was literally nothing bad. Other than the fact that we had to wait in all the lines. But that's our fault again. Nothing else was bad other than that. So honestly, okay, so I never give grades or anything when I review. Like, I never do like an actual review. I talk about the good and bad, and then I let you guys decide if you would like to go or not. So that way, if you want to look up, hey, this is the convention that I'm thinking about going to, here's the review, do I want to go? So if what I've told you is fine and you still were like, hey, yeah, I'd still like to go to that, totally cool. I'm going to go next year anyway. It's still a fun convention. So what happens, just so you guys know, there's the two buildings, like I said. There's the Mattress Firm building and the Pavilion, where things like the where you buy stuff, where you get autographs, that kind of thing. All of that takes place in those two buildings. And then everything else, there's a bunch of people outside. There's a bunch of food stands. The one wall of the Mattress Firm, when you go into the entrance, the Mattress Firm's right there. In that entrance, if you go straight as you're going in that entrance, along that right wall is all the food stands, like all the food things that are just opening their gates up, and they're on both sides, so they're outside as well. And there's a bunch of chairs, or there's a bunch of like picnic table things that are round picnic tables. There's a bunch of those, and then there's like concrete pillar or concrete circle things that go around a tree, and they're benches, they're concrete benches that you can sit on. So there's a lot of seating, and there's tons of food to go for. There's also a place that we found, which I have a video clip of, so I hope I do. So if I think I have enough that you can see what the name is, but I don't remember what the name is. But it's a soda place, and they were really good. Like they did like soda and other drink mixing, non-alcoholic. They had alcohol too, but non-alcoholic. So I got the one called the Pegasus, which was Sierra Mist, lemonade, and grapefruit, and a lemon, like a lemon slice, and I think one other thing. I don't remember, but I think it had lime in it too. That was amazing. Like, I would go there and get that every day if I could. It was that good. The one I had today, so we had one yesterday, and we had like the 32 ounce or something. But today I went and I was like, I'm getting the 44 ounce because I haven't drinking anything in like 3-4 hours. I need something to drink. And so I scarfed like half of it in like a couple drinks. That's how good it was. So it was amazing. But this time they ran out of Sierra Mist. So they're like, we can do all lemonade instead of Sierra Mist. Like do twice as much lemonade instead of the Sierra Mist. So I did that, and it tasted fine. It tastes better with the Sierra Mist though, but it tastes too lemon. It tastes too much like lemonade with the all lemonade in it instead of the Sierra Mist. But if I wanted to, I could have just asked them to do normal, and I could have just put some Sprite in there or something, because there was cans of Sprite I could buy. I could just do that, but it's not a big deal. And then stir it up with the straw, but it's not a big deal. But I think this is getting a little long, so I think you guys understand what this convention's like and if you would like to go or not. So with that all being said, if you want to go, go. If you don't, don't. But anyway, that's going to be for this video. So if you like it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.